Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be doing the distance formula. So if you're given 2 points, your first point's x1 and y1, and a second point, x2 and y2, you can find the distance from those points by following this formula here, x2 minus x1, parentheses squared, plus y2 minus y1, parentheses squared, and then you square root the whole thing. So let's go over that. Okay, so the formula is d equals square root x2 minus x1, parentheses squared, plus y2 minus y1, parentheses squared, and then square root the whole thing. Okay, and just following that formula will get you a number. That number is the distance between those 2 points. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. Okay, let's take a look at So let's say we're given these 2 points right here. First point's at 5, 2. The second point is at 8, 6. So if you're given those 2 points and you're expected to find the distance between those 2 points, we're just going to plug it in to the equation. Once again, the equation is x2 minus x1. So I'm going to go ahead and start by identifying my x's. There's my first one. There's my second one. Here's my y's. Okay, so I'm going to say x2 minus x1, so 8 minus 5. And I'm going to square that and then add it to y2 minus y1, so 6 minus 2. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're doing here. I'm going to start by doing the parentheses, right? Remember order of operations. We start by doing our groups or our parentheses first. Okay, so I'm going to say 8 minus 5, and then I'm going to do 6 minus 2. 8 minus 5 equals 3. 6 minus 2 equals 4. All right. The next step, right, order of operations, is to do the exponents. So I have 3 with an exponent of 2 and 4 with an exponent of 2. So 3 to the second power and 4 to the second power. Second power, okay, or squared as they say, means just to multiply it by itself. So this is actually 3 times 3, and this is going to be 4 times 4. So 3 squared, or 3 to the second power, or 3 times 3 is going to equal 9. And then 4 squared, or 4 times 4, okay, 4 to the second power, it's going to be 4 times 4, which equals 16. All right. Now we're going to go ahead, continue on with order of operations. We're going to add these together. So 9 plus 16 equals 25. Now the last step is to do this square root. So the numbers we think of when we do our square roots, okay. So we think of things like 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, so on and so forth. I notice that 5 times 5 equals 25, right? So like the square root of 25 is just going to be 5. So our answer here is going to just be 5. The distance from this point to this point is just 5. Okay? Now, if this number, the square root of 25, was not 25, if it was one of these other numbers, then obviously it would be a different answer. If it was like a number like, let's say 20, where it was in between 2 numbers, then you know your answer is going to be somewhere in the middle. Like 20 is between 16 and 25. So the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 25 is 5. So that just goes to, just with logic, that a number in the middle would be a number in the middle of those answers. So 20 is probably around 4.5. Okay, use a calculator online or on your phone or wherever you have a calculator that has a square root function and find that square root and you can estimate it with decimals from there. Okay, hopefully this helps you out. It's an example of how to find the distance from 2 points using the distance formula.